I am excited. I am so incredibly excited. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is day 3, get off your butt. So who am I? I'm a certified health coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. About 5 years ago, I took the certification class. It was a year's class, and it was great. I have a bachelor's degree in social work. I have a master's degree in inner city studies. There are people who are like education oriented, and they want to know, who is this person that she's talking with some authority? So I put that there. I don't get too wrapped up in degrees, but there are some people who need that. So that's the reason why. I am also an author of Soul Combining for a Slimmer, Healthier You. You see that book there. I have been featured twice in a national brochure, which I'm excited. And I am the author of 8 coloring journal books for adults. 7 of them are in English and 1 is in Spanish, which I'm excited about. And so that gives you a little bit about me. Back in February 2019, it seemed like such a long time ago, I retired from working for the university as a manager for 14 years. And so at 55, they gave us the opportunity to retire. And so I talked about it every year for like 4 years. And so at 59, I was out. So I am excited to be able to say that. So I thought I'd put that down there for all my retired sisters who are on board here. So what is my life purpose? To empower, inspire, with enthusiasm to make people think. And that's what I want to do. I had the pleasure of being on AC Green show a couple years ago when I was promoting my happy hour events. And I also got the opportunity to be on WVON with Samantha Thomas. She is fabulous. If you need to listen to her, if you are in Chicago, I think she's all over, but take a listen to her because she's just a beautiful spirit. I love those sisters supporting sisters, just like you guys are here supporting me, which is fabulous. I love that. I love that. All right. So let's do a little housekeeping notes because I think that's important. And I changed some things. So I want you to pay attention to that. Number 1, as I mentioned before, I am not a physician. I said that, dietitian or nutritionist, but I am a certified health coach. So I want you to know that. And when I say but because even though I feel like I know a lot about health and things of that sort over the years, and I've been talking about it for 25 years or so, even though I know a lot, there's a lot of things that I don't know, and I'm okay with it. But because I have Google and I have YouTube, and I can go and look up anything, and all of you all can do the same. So if you ask me a question and I don't know, you better believe I will find out, or I'll tell you, go to Google and ask my boyfriend because he can give you any information that you want. I truly believe in that. That's something that we, in this age and stage of our lives, we need that so that we know we can go and learn something on our own and not have to depend on other people. Number 3, this is a new housekeeping, and I thought I'd put this in here because my cousin, I talked to her and she said, you need to talk about what you're going to be offering afterwards and let them know that you're giving good tips, my cousin Velda. And she says, you're giving good tips. However, they're not sure of, like you're moving so fast. There's so many good things. And so I wanted to let you guys know that I consider this like my appetizer. And my appetizer is, like when you go to a restaurant, guys, and you go and you're like, okay, I'm going to get the appetizer, and that's just going to like whet my appetite. Well, that's what these 5 days, the challenge is all about. I'm kind of just whetting your appetite, giving you some nuggets that you can hopefully use. And so after that, then I'm definitely going to be offering you a resource that I have created that I am incredibly excited about that works because I have done the transformation myself. And it's a 4-week program that on Friday, I'm going to share more about that with you. And I got some other surprises for you that you're going to love. And the 4-week program is called the Transformational Health Experience. So I don't want you to think like, oh, she gave us this 5 days and it was like free, and now she's going to try to sell us something. No, I'm not going to tell you I'm trying. I'm going to tell you on Friday, I'm going to tell you about my transformational health experience. All right. So get prepared for that. But I think you're going to love it. So for those people who are saying, this is good information, I like the way she delivered it, because I have gotten that, which is great. But I want to go deeper. That gives you an opportunity to go deeper. And if that's not for you, and if you're not ready for that, that's good. You will have still gotten enough things to be able to use so that you can start benefiting your life. Number 4, if you have questions, some of you are already doing that. Please drop them in the chat. The next day when I get up, I answer everything and let you guys know how much I appreciate you all being here for me. I see, and I'm just going to do a quick little shout out. I see my cousin saying yes for retirees. Selwyn, yes. My niece Lori's on here saying happy Rhon'sWay family. Knowledge is power. Love that. Thank you. Number 5, reminder. As I said, I'm going to respect your time, guys. We will begin promptly at 6:30. I'm going to give you a 5-minute, little music to get started, let you know I'm on my way. And at 6:30, we'll start. You will be done within 20 to 25 minutes. I will not go 30 minutes, and I promise you that. So you'll know that you have the rest of the time to do what you need to do. So I appreciate when people let me know at the beginning. So I'm letting you guys know that for the next couple of days, it'll be the exact same way. Well, maybe Friday, we're going to party a little bit more, but that's another story. All right, number 6, each day of the session, you should receive an email from me that is like a worksheet assignment. And as I said, you got one for water. Hold on, because I know you all been drinking your water, right? You got one for eating healthy and stop eating crappy food. I'm not going to put this in my mouth now because I need to talk, but I got some grapes here. I know you're eating healthy. That was day 2. And day 3 today is all about moving your ass. You with me? Yeah, I said it. Moving your ass. We got to move our butts, guys. And so we're going to talk about that. And I got to just share this with you. Sometimes these are hard conversations. You with me? Sometimes these are hard conversations, but it is what it is. And so my whole thing, and I want you to hear my heart when my words come out, there's a reason for it. So we're going to talk a little bit about all of that. Let's move on. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about this. How many of you have someone in your family or you yourself has experienced any of these things? Now, you do not have to write them in the check. I want you to think in your mind, yep, someone in my family has that. Yep, I have that, or someone close to me. So I just want you to think about it because this is all about moving your ass, and I want to get you built up for you to know how incredibly important this is. All right, so how many of you all have someone in your family or you has experienced high blood pressure, on hypertension medicine or something like that? How about back or knee problems or gout? Who has experienced Alzheimer's, who've gone through that? How many of you have someone in your family or you yourself get winded after walking up a flight of stairs or around the block? How many of you all have experienced anybody in your family with breast cancer, prostate cancer, or any other damn cancer? Had a stroke? Fatal heart attack, sleep apnea or COPD, asthma, diabetes, or have tried more than one diet. Now, I know somebody on here has had one or two of these things that's happened in their family or them themselves have had it. Right here is the hard conversations, okay? Sometimes it's stuff that we don't want to be really thinking about, but we know it is, and that's everybody's individual. All right. So this is what we're talking about. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you this body mass index. Now, I don't believe this all the way. I've heard okay, this isn't for us African-American bodies. This is for, Caucasian bodies or whatever. But if you're close and you can go into another area, then I get that. But if you are a lot within this chart, so let me just let you know. On the left side is some of you all have seen this kind of chart before. You have your height, and at the top, you have your weight. And then the colors are designated to when you go into another color, it means something. So the bottom is the key. As you see, underweight, the green is normal, yellow, overweight, obesity, and so on is gold and green. So when you look at this, and this is just for yourself to know, right? You kind of know in your own mind where you stand. And so when we're talking about moving your ass, I gotta build you all up to understand why this is so incredibly important for you to get healthier. And that's what it's all about. So hear my heart when I'm sharing this with you. And I just wanted to go back with you and just share this with you as well. With that chart that I showed you all here, everyone in my immediate family, I have one of those things have happened or they're going through it. Okay, everyone within my immediate family. So I'm just giving you an idea. This is not just me just talking and just being flippant. This is the reason why I was adamant about learning more about health and how we become a healthier people as African American sisters and brothers. So I just want you guys to know that. So body mass index, you had an opportunity to take a look at that. So here we go. As I slow down, 4 out of 5 African American women are overweight or obese. We can change that, guys. We can change that. And so what I mean by that is this. If you have any 2 of these factors, and I'll show you a larger picture on the next slide, you have a risk of a heart attack or a stroke by being having any 2 of these factors, like by 17% more. So that's basically what that chart is kind of giving you there at the bottom. So let me tell you what some of those factors are. And I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to let you know this is real deal, okay? While obesity, as you can see, is a serious issue in of itself, it is also associated with a host of other health adverse outcomes, including high cholesterol, hypertension, insulin resistant, type 2 diabetes, breast, ovarian, or any other cancer, and also fatty liver disease. We don't really talk about that much, but you know, if you go and get your doctor checkups, they can let you know if this is kind of what's happening. It's something that definitely happens within our African American community. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So if you have 2 of these situations, you really want to start paying attention to taking care of your health. That's what I'm trying to get that point across to you. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? When I talk about this is the get off your butt session, we must get physical activity every day. And you can start with things as simple as just walking. You know, walking 1 foot in front of the other, just walking. Just walk around your house for a little bit. Get used to that. Walk around, you know, outside and get some fresh air while we still can, with our mask on, of course. But you can start very small and just build up. But you got to stay consistent, guys. We start for a little while. That's why I don't believe in that New Year resolution stuff, because people join the gyms and then they, you know, they pay all this money, and then like after a month they stop. You can do all this stuff free yourself. And so I'm going to share with you some of those things. But the first thing I want you to do, and the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to breathe. And then what I want you to do is I'm going to show you the exercises on the next page, and I want you to take a look at them. And I want you to figure out how you can do at least one of these exercises that I show you. Now, you can put this in the chat. If you want to like say, I'm making a commitment today, Rhonda, you're giving us this information. I get it. There is one thing that I'm doing, I started doing, I want to continue to do, then put that in the chat because I'm curious. And so this is what it is. If you take a look at this, we all have we've all purchased some equipment before, you know, whether or not it's, you see a woman up here with their thing, or doing some yoga on a YouTube video. I'm real big on YouTube videos and watching that. Walking, getting a walking group. I had the opportunity to go to Atlanta and visit my play sister Linda and Belda, and we were there together, and we walked this beautiful area where they had the Olympics years ago in Atlanta, and it was just absolutely lovely. I mean, we had walking sticks, and we looked like this, you know, 3 old sisters all over 50, 60 years old, and we were out there doing it. So don't say you can't do it. Find someone that you can do that with. So using weights, as you see here, swimming. I know that there's several people. I know my sister started doing swimming classes and that sort. So there's a lot of things that you can do. As you can see some of the pictures there. Taking a Zumba class. Now, a lot right now, we're in the COVID situation now, and I understand that. However, these are some things you can do at home. Every morning, if I don't get out and do a walk out there in the park and a little running and walking, I'm watching YouTube videos. Guess what, guys? It's free. I'm a pause. You heard me. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. So don't say you can't do it. If you got a laptop, which I'm sure you do, or an iPad, you can put something on and you can find whatever you want. There's so many exercises that you can do out there. You got to start, and you got to be consistent. That's it. We start and then we stop. and then we stop. So I really want you guys to be consistent, and let me tell you the reason why. Because as I mentioned, one of the things that I do is I work with women. You know, I call you guys my It's My Time, Own It women, and my brothers who are on here supporting me. I love that. But it's 50 plus women, you know, 50 years old and up. And, you know, this is what I want you guys to see. We do not stop exercising because we grow old. We grow old because we stop exercising. You all know who this is. Ernestine Shepherd. I know you've seen her. I'm telling you, she is amazing. She's 78 years old, and this is what she looks like. It's amazing. And so what I'm saying is that don't think like, well, I'm too old to start exercising. You can start. I think she started in her 50s. Read her story. You can Google it. Yes, you can. I told you Google is my boyfriend and I lend him out all the time. So feel free to like Google it, take a look and see. But I want you guys to think about what is it that you can do? When you look at this stuff here, what is it that you're saying, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start like just doing some weights. So this is one of the things I want you to think about. So we got to get physically fit. And this is right here is just a few makeovers that I found on the internet, and I just put different people in here and said, you know, bring me some makeovers with women who are African American. And so you see here the women, and several of them, you know, that's Jill Scott over in the corner. It's all about, and you'll see the pictures that I have next, but it's all about us becoming healthy for ourselves for sure, but also for the people that we love. Okay. And so whatever you've done in the past, I got another picture in tomorrow, I think, yeah, day 4, self-care of yourself. I mean, we really have to do it for ourselves, but also for our loved ones. Because I want to stay around for a while. I mean, this COVID has really been like putting a big damper on a lot of things, but we can still do a lot of things. So don't use that as an excuse. Start today. Start yesterday. I'm hoping you did with eating healthier and thinking consciously about that, as well as the day before, which we talked about water. So you take a look at these pictures, and what I want to ask you is this: who's healthy? Okay, they all are. It's your perspective. So this whole thing about you got to get to a smaller size and whatever, that's not for everyone. There are people who are, you see these celebrities, they're getting stuff implanted into their butts. We got quite a few of them who are doing that. We know for the longest people have been doing breast enhancements and things of that sort. But it's all about still being healthy, regardless of the size. And I love this picture here. You guys know Jessamine, I'm probably mispronouncing her name, but she is big on the internet. She is, I mean, just absolutely lovely. This woman can do some yoga. You see her, she's on her head. I mean, just amazing. So I'm giving you all an idea that, you know, it's all perspective. It's all perspective of what you think healthy is. You can get healthy of how you are today. And I want you to know that. So it's not like getting down to a small size. It's getting healthy in the size that you are, and then watching how you start feeling. And after that, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. I have someone, I'm not going to share her today, but I'm going to share her tomorrow, or the day, who's been following my program. I see her on here, and she has done amazing. Her doctor said, listen, your diabetes, it's basically disappearing. What you're doing, I don't know what you're doing, but you keep doing it. And I'm incredibly proud of her. She has been making major transformations. You'll get a chance to meet her on Friday for sure. So that's basically in the day 3 recap. Move your ass. Movement make the ass grow smaller. That's what I like to think of that as. Okay. So I want to thank you guys for being here for our 3rd day. Tomorrow we are talking about self-care and why that is incredibly important. But what I want you to know is, and I'll mention it again, this is what I call my appetizer. I want to give you all a lot of little different things to think about, to start doing, to start changing. And then after you start doing that, if you want to dive deeper, I do have something planned for Friday. I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow's day, once again, is self-care. It's a real thing. All right. You guys take care. Have a great day. Have a great evening, should I say. All right. Love, love. Take care. Bye-bye.